Welcome everybody to today's session. So of course we will be reviewing the commodity markets for the week ahead for the 16th to the 20th of November. So today we'll be analysing the latest developments on the commodity markets, discussing our outlook for the week ahead. We'll be covering an overview of the commodity markets, top trades of the week, live market commentary, trading ideas for the week ahead, and of course we'll be answering any questions you have. So we'll keep it interactive as always. If you do have any questions or comments, do keep those coming in. We've got lots to cover today. So first of all, before we get started, let me introduce you to the Gold and Silver Club. We are an international commodities trading research and advisory group. We specialize in the precious metals, the energies and the agricultural markets. We are recognized as the leading go-to authority on commodities, and as internationally respected experts, our analysis, our opinions on the metals, the energies and the agricultural markets are routinely sought by major financial television channels and publications, which include Bloomberg, Reuters, CNN, Global Banking and Finance Review, and the Wall Street Journal, to name a few. Our team of experts has advised and taught technical analysis, fundamental research, and portfolio management to more than 75,000 private and institutional traders worldwide. For more information on the Gold and Silver Club and our expertise, please do visit us at www.thegoldensilverclub.com. So what we'll do, we'll have a look at the price of gold currently. We are trading at the moment at $1,091 per ounce. We've had a bit of a breakout to the upside just overnight, which we'll take a look at very shortly on the technicals. Got a number of interesting trades which are lining up at the moment. So before we do so, we'll have a look at the top trades of the week utilizing the Gold and Silver Club signature trading strategies. So first of all, we've had a lovely sell short opportunity on platinum over the week as it's continued to break down following on from the FOMC statement and then the non-farm payroll statement. We've seen similar breakdowns in price on gold as well against a very strong US dollar. So we've had a lovely sell short on platinum, which has delivered over 640 points of profit. Brent crude oil, we had a lovely sell-off last week as well. We broke down on Wednesday, closed below key support. Thursday and Friday, we continued to sell off over 210 points profit on that trade. And also gold, we had a nice quick day trade opportunity again last week for a sell short 170 point drop that we took advantage of on gold as we came to retest 5-year lows and key support. So what we'll do, we'll move over to the technicals. We'll have a look at some of the price structures which are developing at the moment. We'll start off here and we'll have a look at oil first of all. So if you have a look at the pricing currently of Brent crude oil, you will note we had a breakdown over Thursday and Friday. Now this really escalated once we got a close below major support. So you can see here, oil has essentially been supported over the last 2 months just at the 46.60 zone. We had a few bounces off that zone, 46.60 up to 47. We had a number of bounces and rotations off that zone, and we continue just to ricochet between support and resistance. So what was very important about Wednesday's price action is that after the oil inventories we sold off, we actually closed below key support. Then all we were looking to do is for the price to break below the previous day's low in order to pick up momentum to the downside. So we've had follow through on Thursday and Friday. We've continued to sell off here. You've actually got a 3 black crows formation here. You can see we've had 3 very bearish candles to the downside. So the momentum is picking up. Now what I'm looking to take advantage of now is, again, this week, if you have a look at the weekly lows, we closed very near the weekly lows, pretty bearish candle, finally got a resolution. We are looking to breach below last Friday's lows here in order to pick up momentum and potentially head down to a key support zone below, which is to be the lows. We're at 2-month lows at the moment on oil, and we're looking to see if we're going to get a move down to the 40 zone. So at the moment, the swing low is sitting at 42. I would anticipate if we do break below Friday's low that we're certainly going to potentially get a retest of the 42 zone, and we are going to stay short for now on our oil trade. So we're expecting more momentum to the downside, particularly once we take out Friday's low. So that is what we're looking for in terms of the next wave lower here. Now if we move over and have a look also at light sweet crude oil, we've also got a very similar price structure on the charts here for light sweet crude oil too. although Brent has been the preferred trade here purely because it broke down first. You can see light sweet crude oil, we got a break below major support. And again, what it looks like we're getting here is a previous support turned into resistance, which we would refer to as a goodbye kiss, where you break support, you come back and retest it, and then you continue to sell off. So we've got very clear support, very clear resistance. We've continued to ricochet between support and resistance here on the oil market, on light sweet crude oil as well. We've broken through support. I'm looking for rejection candles around this zone. And again, if we breach below Thursday and Friday's lows here, you can see we're getting a bit of a retracement at the moment. But if we break below those lows, I am anticipating quite a strong sell-off here. And we've got next major support here, about 500 points lower at the 37.69 zone on light sweet crude oil. So I would anticipate the potential for a further sell-off. Now you just want to add some trend lines onto the chart as well and try and get parallel channels where possible too. And you can see where we're starting to build up channel. We've got a couple of bounces here at the moment. In fact, if we just move this onto the actual closes here rather than the highs, you can see where potentially we might get a little bit of a rotation from the lower end of this zone, but we've got a downward trending channel which is starting to play out here as well for light sweet crude oil. Preference for Brent for a sell, but we will get confluence. If Brent continues to sell off, you'll also get a very similar move on light sweet crude oil. Now copper, we discussed this as well in detail last Thursday's trading club. And ultimately, the confluence that you get and the correlation that you get with copper and oils are very strongly correlated markets. And what we've seen on both of those is, as we've seen oil break down, we've also seen good follow through with copper. Copper has broken through key support. It's closed below that key supportive zone at the moment. It's really starting to pick up momentum to the downside. But you can see where this major support zone on copper has been taken out. As we continue to see weakness in the oil market, I expect that to follow through for copper here as well. I wouldn't be surprised again to see some sort of a goodbye kiss here with copper coming up to retest support. Support becomes resistance and selling off. So I am looking for retracements. Any relief rallies I'm looking to sell into at the moment with copper and take advantage of weakness there. So definitely have copper on your radar as well. We have broken through major lows here. In fact, if we zoom out on copper, we take it out, you can actually put it on the weekly chart to get a better view here. You can see where we've breached about 5-year lows now on copper. So we're definitely looking very bearish here as we continue to progress into November. So copper is definitely in a sell at the moment. Now the other trade setups or trade ideas that we're looking at the moment, particularly as we start a fresh week here, are going to the precious metals. Gold is definitely the first market I want us to have a look at. Now we were watching this very closely on Thursday's trading club as well, and we came down and retested major support at 1070, that zone 1070 to 1080. You can see where we breached 5-year lows. We're testing that zone for gold. Now we have seen some support around that zone, particularly today. We've got a bit of a spike to the upside. We can see we've had a bit of a breakout, but we are not with a confirmed breakout at the moment. Definitely at a major consolidation zone. This is where we had the huge sell-off going back to July, where we saw a 600-point move over the Asia Pacific market, a big takedown on the gold market. Then we continued to consolidate for quite some time around the 1070 to 1090 zone. So I expect us, now that we've not really had a confirmed break and a close below this zone, that we could continue to consolidate. It could represent a good buying opportunity here. The reason being is that it offers such a good risk to reward. So traders, very clearly, if they are going to buy gold at these levels, it's very clear where you want to put your stop loss just below the major support. Offers a pretty good risk to reward. It's only about 150 to 200 point risk at the moment for a trader going long at gold at these levels, which I would really look at probably the psychological resistance at 1100, similar to what we saw back in August. If we close back above that zone, we could certainly rotate higher, and we'd be interested in a trade idea for a buy. But whilst we stay underneath 1100, there is still either the likelihood of a continuation of consolidation as we head into towards the rest of this week, or if we break and close below 1070, that's where we could really start to pick up momentum to the downside. So gold, watching it closely, major event area, and we'll have a battle here between the bulls and the bears. So who will win? We should get a resolution of this over the course of this week. Very similar situation here with silver as well. Silver, we did break the lower end of this trend channel. It's also come back down to test major support, again sitting near its 5-year lows. The major low there sitting at 13.95. If we do break and close below $14 an ounce, that is where we could build up momentum to the downside. Currently, we're holding on to this level. We did get, again, a bit of a breakout to the upside just over today's session, the early part of today, we have seen quite a strong move to the upside here. So we're sitting around key support. Again, waiting on resolution on silver here, whether we'll form a base around key support. Again, those traders who are going long at these levels, it's quite a tight stop loss, so it represents a good risk to reward for traders going long at this point. But for me, we haven't got confirmation. We need to get a break above this whole consolidation zone in order to be more confident for going for a long. So on the sidelines right now for silver until we get a resolution at this zone, but watching it very, very carefully. Now, if we have a look at platinum, platinum's had a huge sell-off over the last month. We've taken advantage of this since the FOMC statement. We've seen US dollar strength. We've seen a lot of weakness in platinum, palladium, gold, silver. They've all been good for a sell short. If we have a look at the daily chart here for platinum, we've broken down really well, but we are back at the lower end of this major trend channel. So we are getting quite oversold for platinum. It's been a really nice move. If we do break and close below last week's lows here, just on the daily chart, if we get a break and a close below Friday's low, we may well just break out of this trend channel, and then we could continue the momentum to the downside. Otherwise, I would expect a consolidation and potentially a rotation back up to resistance as we progress this week. We could have an opportunity for a buy and rotation back up to resistance. We just need to wait again just to see whether we are going to find support at this zone or break through it. So for me, the precious metals, watching very carefully for a resolution. So that's what we're looking at on platinum. Now, if we move over and just have a look also at cocoa and sugar too, cocoa has had quite a strong move over the last week. We're back at major resistance at 3379 here. You can see that's been a major resistance zone going back to 2014, 2015, back in July, and we're also back at this zone at the moment. So we're definitely at a decision point for cocoa. You can see we've got almost a W-shaped reversal pattern, nice neckline above to break. If we break and close above this zone this week, we could pick up momentum to the upside for cocoa. It's one to have on your radar. Also, similar move on sugar. Sugar also did pretty well last week to have quite a strong close. We've had a bullish candle, very bullish candle into the close, sitting at a key neckline. Again, if we get a break and a close above 1550 on sugar over the course of this week, we would start looking at some potential buy opportunities in the short term here. We just need to get a resolution of this zone. There is still an inverse hammer at this zone at 1550, which you can see we had clear rejection off, which we're continuing to consolidate around this zone, but again, waiting for a resolution also on sugar here too. Okay, fantastic, great stuff. So what I'll do, we got a lot of questions about this last week, and questions just regarding the private Traders Club at the Gold and Silver Club and Private Members Academy, what that is and how it works and so forth. So I'll go through that in a little bit more detail with you. So essentially, the way the actual Private Traders Club works is by becoming a member of the Private Traders Club, you get access to Master the Markets training course, live trade setups ready to implement, live technical analysis videos, inside tracks of the week ahead trading plan. The enrollment literally takes less than 60 seconds. It is by application only, but I'll just go through exactly what you get access to. So in terms of the Master Markets training course, that is a step-by-step course which will take you through really all of the theory, so you can really start to get a really good groundwork and foundations to learn the commodity markets. In your own time, you've got all the modules which go through step-by-step learning the Master Markets course. As well as that, we also, throughout the week, we have our live trading rooms. You can also access all of the live trading room recordings, as well as being on the actual live trading rooms yourself, and we go through all the technical trade setups that we're looking at. You've got the live trade setups, which is the implementation of trades that we have throughout the week. So I'll just give you a quick example here, corn setup, which we're looking to get into if we breach below major support. So you've got all the live trade setups which get emailed out to all of our members as soon as these become available, as well as the week ahead, the wealth plan, which gives you really insight into all the major trade setups and the major moves that we're looking at for the week ahead. So it really gives you a good flow throughout the week. So you've essentially got access to the trading course. As well as that, you get the bi-weekly analysis videos, the webinars. We trade the news live as well, such as FOMC, non-farm payrolls. You get our live trade setups throughout the week and the week ahead wealth plan. So just to really give you a little bit more detail on that, exactly what you get as being a member of the Private Traders Club. And essentially, to gain access to that, all you need to do is just go to www.theprivatetradersclub.com. From there, it's very straightforward. There is an application form. Let me actually just show that to you. Got a lot of questions about this, so let me just show you. So once you go to theprivatetradersclub.com, this is what it will look like, and it will just detail everything that you get as being part of the Traders Club, and we'll go through more detail, the Master the Markets trading course, the Inside Track week ahead trading plan. You'll get just a lot more detail on how exactly that works. All you want to do is click on enroll here. So if you go to ready to get started, enroll here. Once you've clicked on that, that will take you through to the application form, which actually, let me show you that. It's very quick just to so this is it, just taking less than a minute to complete. Enrollment is by application only, and we'll get in touch with you ASAP. Okay, so I hope that answers some of your questions regarding the Private Traders Club.